Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's December 1st, 2016. Last night, after my radio program concluded on Truth Frequency Radio, when I got off, I noticed a lot of people were sending me messages, comments, Facebook, YouTube, email to go on to a Call For An Uprising, go on to their live stream on YouTube because he and the other YouTube channel, Jeff C. or New World Agenda, those two were slandering my name and my work and saying things about me that were very untrue. And I just finished the radio show and I was tired and I was planning on, going inside and spending some time with my girlfriend before going to bed. But instead, I tuned into the live stream, and as soon as I tuned in, I heard my name and derogatory things being said. So in the chat, when you go on a YouTube live stream, there's always an active chat. In the chat, I said hi, let people know I was there. And the people in the chat said, put Zach on the show, he's here. So the host, they brought it up. They said, oh, Zach's here, should we have him on? And Jeff C. said, oh no, don't have him on, he's a crazy person, or something like that. And they ended up having me on. And if you haven't listened to the episode, it's still up, but I don't know how long it's going to be up for because A Call for an Uprising is saying he's filing for a copyright strike. And last year I had Dabu7 and Professor Doom threaten similar things against me. For those of you who aren't aware, YouTube's truth community is mostly Alex Jones wannabes selling misinformation, fear, stories that have no truth, such as Pizzagate. Pizzagate's one of these things brought by the paid-for liars that are here to stir up the truth community and lead people astray. So anyway, here I am, doing this work for free, trying to get out all the important information, plus just things come at us in this world like made-up conspiracies to detract us, such as Pizzagate. So I even take the time to share with people the knowledge so they don't get duped. And for doing that, this channel, A Call for an Uprising, who has quite a following, his channel, Jeff C., last night teamed up to trash my name. And it's not the first time Jeff C. has trashed my name. And I've never done anything to Jeff C. So anyway, last night I went on the show, and I let them, throw all these insults at me. And I tried to respond to all their points logically and giving a clear explanation for everything. And you can watch that video. It's still up. It might remain up. He's saying he's going to file a copyright strike. What I don't know is if he has any grounds to copyright strike me. I mean, we were participating in a Google Hangout. We're both talking. It's a conversation. We'll see what YouTube does. Be disappointing if I get a copyright strike and am in negative status for the next 6 months. But I'm not going to take down the video. This video is important. This is a truth community. Last night's conversation reveals a lot about the character and truth of this individual, as well as Jeff C. I mean, these people don't see how demonic they are going into a community that's looking for truth just to mislead people. I mean, what's more sick? There's so many ways to make money in this world. Why go into a community to purposefully, cause static, tension, division? We know why they do this. I mean, this is how the powers that be work, keeping us all fighting amongst ourselves, lost, misinformed. So anyway, A Call for an Uprising. Here's a chance for you to respond to your viewers and tell them that you are behaving inappropriately. You need to apologize for your actions. Come to your senses. Admit that last night you debated me and lost. You said in your own words there's no concrete evidence for Pizzagate, so why are you harping on about it? This is the problem in this world. Losers in this world, this system that we live in, it's built for losers. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed how losers prosper in this system? You're looking at the face of someone who was burglarized by their own neighbor. And the only reason that happened is because I reached out to that neighbor to help them because they were struggling. So for helping them, they came back and burglarized me, plus caused a whole bunch of other problems, plus sold me out to the police. After they burglarized my home, they went to the legal system and filed a restraining order with no reason for it. But I had to go to court and explain to a judge why this person had filed a restraining order, and when I told them the story of what was going on, they decided to uphold the restraining order. So what happened because of that is my neighbor who now had the restraining order, who lives directly across the street from me, who burglarized my house, stole a fortune, went out and bought the exact same vehicle as me, already having more vehicles than the amount of people that live at the house. After that, he began harassing me, honking at me in the same vehicle that he bought, just like mine, after he ripped off my house as he drive by, flipping me off, trying to talk to me. I'm not allowed to talk to him because he has a restraining order. You know, after months of being treated that way, one day I told him to F off. Just like how at the end of last night's video, I finished by telling them to F off. It was just like with my neighbor. I put up with the harassment for a long time. I told him to F off. He called the police. The police came and arrested me. Never been arrested before in my life. I got arrested weeding my own yard in the spring because my neighbor was harassing me from across the street while I was just trying to clean up my yard. Neighbor that robbed my house, inconvenience, maybe you have to go to court, have a restraining order against me. This is the way this world is. You see, I won't be surprised if YouTube upholds his copyright strike because I'm not welcome on YouTube. There's a difference between my channel and a Call for an Uprising. Let's just look at my video right now. 1,000 views, almost 1,000 comments. Have you ever seen anything like that in your life? That does not happen. The ratio of comments to views is usually around 10-1. All of my videos are this way. Everything is just squashed. I haven't been able to really get over 1,000 views since I had 1,000 subscribers. How many subscribers do I have? Earlier today I had 35,480 some subscribers. That means that all of a sudden a big chunk fell off. That's the other thing YouTube always does. Just drops off chunks of subscribers. Then I have 3 people commenting that night, "Hey, you were unsubbed, I had to sub again." And I'm saying, yeah, I know, I saw a big chunk of subscribers fall off. So anyway, I'm not welcome here. A channel like a Call for an Uprising, who I linked in this video, I linked his channel. He wants to file a copyright strike. I linked his channel. I said where the conversation came from. The thing is, this man is just a sore loser. He insulted me. He slandered me. I showed up at his show. He let me on. I treated him with respect. I made my points. He berated me the whole time. Now, it's obvious he's ashamed of his actions. And the reason he's probably ashamed is because he's probably clicked on the video and looked at the comments. Almost all the comments are the same. Talking about how these people are hypocrites. They embarrass themselves. They don't remind anyone of Christians. They remind people of demons. I should have recorded what they were saying after I got off. Of course, I went out by letting them know what I really thought, but then you should have heard how they responded and all the things they said. They went into gay humor. Reminded me of the Hollywood crowd. How do they go from that? Here they're trying to expose Pizzagate. Just listen to this. You see what kind of hypocrites these men are. That's why he's threatening with the copyright strike, because he doesn't want the video up exposing his true nature. That's a coward. That's a liar. That's not truth. I'll be sending over the copyright strike shortly. Cheers. Then he writes me, "I never put up my live shows actually. Gives people a reason to try and make sure they catch them live. I don't see your bogus radio show up anywhere. Not that anyone listens to it." Well, I don't know. I have a lot of really intelligent callers that call into my show. I think some people are listening. Also, if you guys watched this conversation last night, this man, he pulled up in an email a very long written comment about me, somebody trying to discredit me, and it's the same comment that was getting spammed on the website all day, the website that we're building for the truth community. It's not about any one person, but it's about building a truth community. Somebody was spamming that all day in the box where we asked people to post potential mottos, slogans for the website. The website's all for truth. What's the right motto? Truth for all, or something more clever? So people were helping out, and then somebody came along and just started spamming this super long comment all day. And then next thing you knew, the website got hacked and destroyed. You see, I'm a threat to the network. My work is a threat to the system. I don't know if there's any other channel on YouTube that's a real threat to the system. I figured out how they rig the news, how they rig the sports games. I've given away knowledge that makes people money. All of this for free, working hard, getting the truth out. And all the time trying to or having to put up with unnecessary static like this. These other truth channels with all these following, putting me down, saying I'm a Satanist, creating all these false rumors, Dabu7 slandering me, Professor Doom, all these people, Mr. Cat's Eye. When I first got here, I had like 1,000 subscribers in these channels with, 30,000, 50,000 subscribers. People like Jeff C. taking stabs at me. I mean, I didn't even have any subscribers. I've been getting attacked the whole time I've been here. How many people on YouTube have had their life sabotaged and their home burglarized? My neighbor is older than me. He's 30 years older than me. I don't know what he does for a living because he lied to me the whole time about what he really does. The first thing he said after I came over and asked him where he had disappeared off to after the burglary in my house, knowing that he never goes anywhere because he doesn't have any money. He disappeared out of town right after the burglary for a week. Not suspicious, comes back, buys the same vehicle. When he came back, the first thing I asked him is, it's pretty suspicious that you just found out I had some stuff in my house because I helped you out, and then you disappear out of town. He just cut me off and said, just remember, I'm friends with the police. Look up what gang stalking is. Perhaps that's what I'm the victim of. The other thing I know about my neighbor is, he hasn't been working the entire time, and I've been speaking out for a long time. I almost wonder if I live across the street from like a government plant mole, Somebody lies the whole time about what they do. Something else. So anyway, there's frauds all around us, truth seeker. That doesn't mean be fearful. That doesn't mean be a coward. This is what a coward looks like. When you're a coward, you just contribute to the problems. We need less people to be cowardly. So I'm not going to take down the video. If I get a copyright strike, you know what happened? They're not going to be able to take down this video, though. Here, let's see what else he wrote. I'm sure your subs will enjoy the expose video I'm doing on you. Can't wait to show everyone what a lying, hypocrite, pedo-loving creep you are. Last night on his show, I said, well, how come so many of you all of a sudden just now care about children and pedophilia because this story came along? I said, child sex trafficking is centuries old. It's part of this new world sick order we live under that's ruled by perverts. I said, so how come all of a sudden just with this story you're so passionate about it? And it's just so Pizzagate focused, this buzz line. And I made the point in the show, I said, also you're speaking to someone who's taught children, who's worked in teen homeless shelters, group homes. I said, if anybody really wants to help a child that's been raped, abused, I said, any of you can do it. There's group homes in every community. Find out where they are. Go there and work. They always need new employees. It's the hardest job in the world. And when I said that, you know what he said back to me? He says, talk about a shill response. Suggesting to do something real is a shill response? This guy was also making homosexual jokes in the same time that I was talking to him. He's trying to abuse like this perversion, and it's just such a, if you just listen to this guy, it's just, can't even make sense of it. So anyway, your whole story is exposed through your own shield tactic. And keep in mind, this guy doesn't know anything about gematria. He embarrassed himself last night reading the comment that was used to troll and spam all over the All for Truth. Somebody wrote the gematria of the word Joshua. And you know how I'll write a number / another number to show the different number values? So he wrote Joshua equals 74,444. And he was reading this comment that somebody else wrote. And he goes, Joshua equals 74 divided by 444. Now what are you going to say, Zach? And I said, man, you're not even reading that right. I said, why are you trying to discredit gematria when you haven't even taken any time to study it? And at the very beginning, I don't even remember if he knows what he said. When he first let me on, he said he actually liked the gematria. Then he went on to bash it the whole time. So what else does he have here? It will be great and right at the top anytime someone searches for you so they can be warned immediately that you're a shill who doesn't do any work, research, or investigating. Don't even know McMartin. You're kidding me, right? So this McMartin thing that he keeps bringing up, I just looked at this real quick, and I mean, this is the power of gematria. Pizzagate is all laced with the number 33. This McMartin thing was something similar to Pizzagate in 1983. Another one of these hoax manufactured stories put out in front of the public to tease them. Yes, at that time, sex trafficking, pedophilia going on in the world. And stories like this hint that that's going on, but they make it seem like it's isolated to this person, Virginia McMartin, instead of who it really is. And isn't it interesting that now they're saying Hillary Clinton, another woman, Virginia McMartin? Last night I was on the show, he kept bringing up this McMartin preschool trial. I noticed that Virginia McMartin died at age 88. Tell you why that's interesting in just a second, because the other thing he kept bringing up was this Franklin child prostitution ring, which it seems like there's more truth to. I noticed that this happened in 1988. And what have I been saying since the first Pizzagate video I put out? This whole thing, Pizzagate, it plays on a real narrative. Pedophilia, sex trafficking, perversion. And you know, all these Pizzagators, how come you guys aren't upset about what's going on in Thailand? Do you know that Europeans and white men travel over there to have sex with children all the time and it's legal? And it's all sanctioned by the New World Order? I mean, you know, let's be honest. The Pizzagate is mostly one picture of one little white girl. And whenever you hear these Christian right-wingers come out for the children, you notice they only care about the young white children. They don't care about the brown babies getting bombed in any part of the world. They don't care about, you know, the slaughter in Africa. It's all about the white unborn babies, the very young babies. Anyway, 1988, this woman dead at 88. 33 years ago, 1983 to 2016. These numbers are reminding me of Donald Trump. Trump equals 88. Everything about Trump coded 88. All year I documented all the 88 coding with Trump. And Trump's trying to let the world know he's a pervert. He said on the record in a number of different ways he wants to fuck his own daughter. He said it so many times, starting when she was 13. Has Donald Trump had sex with his daughter? It wouldn't even surprise me. Wouldn't even surprise me, these psychopaths. There are perverts all over Washington, D.C. Right now, Pizzagate has the right wing, you know, not the sharpest sect of people. It has them thinking that they've busted pedophilia worldwide at the pizza ring with Hillary Clinton and John Podesta. So anyway, last night, if you listen to the debate, it was obvious that these guys have nothing for Pizzagate. They have nothing. They have no evidence. They said it themselves. There's no concrete evidence. And every time I brought up that point, they ran away from it. They tried to turn an attack on me. You know? Not honest tactics. Cowardly tactics. I'll be sending over copyright strikes shortly. You know, it's just so sad how they have a couple talking points. It's just like the mainstream media. That's how they program people. They just like keep saying the same two things over. It's like, you know, after 9/11, terror, 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 terror. Just exploiting people. So anyway, what are his final words? I mean, I know you know nothing in general, but man, you really have your dumbed down audience brainwashed. But what do you expect from an atheist? Dumber than rocks. And let's be real, we all know you're a Zionist Khazar. Glad you did jump off last night. I'm sure your boyfriend was getting restless waiting for you. You know, if you guys listened to the debate, both times last night where it was just one of them instead of both of them against me, their voice tone changed and they asked like more civil questions. And then it was when both of them on together, you know, they were like, rah, 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 let's team up on Zach. But, you know, I used to work in a group home, teen homeless shelter. You know, I've worked with children my whole lives. It was just like working with any other children that have some behavioral problems. That's what these two reminded me of last night. You know? Two angry homeless teenagers who didn't have the right upbringing. Just like so many other people in this sick world. Which is, again, what my work's all about. So, you know what? Even for Jeff C. and a Call for an Uprising, if these guys really aren't shills, maybe they're just clueless fools who refuse to do the research on my work. You know, if you guys are really about the truth, I'm offering you a chance to, you know, actually do some research, make an informed decision, and then hopefully you can come be a part of the community and spread knowledge, because a lot of people think you're about the truth. I mean, I've never thought either of these people were about the truth, but maybe I'm wrong. Then again, you look at the debate last night, the conversation we had, you look at an email like this, threatening. 3 emails in 5 minutes. You know, he's feeling it. Again, he must have been looking at those comments. And here, I just want to show you something about You know, my internet's so slow for a second. Well, now I can't even get the video to load. So anyway, 1,800 views. If you go to his channel, I mean, just look at the way all of his views are. This is the difference between a truth channel that YouTube tolerates and a YouTube channel such as mine where all the stats are suppressed. Look, he writes everything in caps, end times, exclamation point. You know, look at all the views. I've never got this many views. Any video. Miley Cyrus Pizzagate celebrity trafficking. And the other thing to think about is, look, information, the way it works in this world, information can be a weapon. You can get overwhelmed with information. There can be so much information you don't know who to trust. Imagine if people logged onto YouTube and when they went to the truth community, let's just imagine that only my videos existed. Don't you think YouTube's truth community would be a lot better if just my videos existed? And I'm not saying it should be that way. It shouldn't just be one person. But based on what's here, I mean, it's mostly this. Fear porn, caps, hypocritical information, misleading information. Miley Cyrus Pizzagate, I mean, how does that even happen? More views than any video I've ever made. And I put out some really important videos. I don't even think I have 10 videos all time that have made it over 30,000. But then again, who knows how many people are really watching my videos. But just think about it. Why does YouTube tolerate a channel like this that's spreading Pizzagate, and suppress a channel like mine? Think about what YouTube advertises. They advertise all the mainstream stuff. I'm putting up videos about how sports are rigged. They're advertising for the NBA Finals, the World Series, the Super Bowl. My work is detrimental to the system. Work that supports the system, the lie matrix, it's tolerated. Here's what's tolerated. Notice he didn't keep up last night's conversation. We don't have to ask why. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.